now I'm going to switch the tune a little bit and we're going to talk a little bit about e-scooters. So your boy just had a really exhausting event happen to him on a bird scooter. So here's a bird scooter. I'm going to get a picture of me. Here's me in the top hat and I'm riding my bird scooter, right? So I'm out and about riding my bird scooter. And the thing is like, I actually, this one is actually, this guy that I chose is pretty apt because I bought a helmet because last time I was on a bird scooter, which was like a few weeks ago, I didn't fall or anything like that, but I was thinking like, oh man, the chances of falling on these things must be pretty high, right? So bird scooters, I have mixed feelings about them. One, you know, on the pro side, they are tons of fun. They are cool to do badass tricks with. They are sleek. They are relatively affordable. I think that's pretty much where the pros end because the cons, they are dangerous as hell. They are variable, highly variable. You never know if you're going to get on a scooter that's going to be just a regular ride or if you're going to fall off and completely bust your shit. They are ridden mainly by drunk people. They accept no liability. So look, in cities like I live, like in Austin, Texas, you'll find these things everywhere. Like there's just scooters on every single corner and they're extremely tantalizing because you're like, oh, why wouldn't I take a scooter? It's right there. You know, it's faster than walking. Austin is super hot. So that's another thing. Like Austin is hot, right? Like it's hot as hell. Wow. I just Googled hot and it's the hot of like girls hot instead of like sun hot, but I'm actually looking for like hot sun hot, like heat. So where I live, it's super duper hot. So it's really, really tantalizing to hop on a scooter and be like, oh, this is going to be really great because then I'll be able to cool off. I won't necessarily need to walk to the place that I'm going to because I don't want to order an Uber because, you know, the Uber prices are really high right now, or I don't want to drive. So I'll just scoot. And the scooter lifestyle is one where you have to accept a lot of risk because mainly, you know, usually people aren't wearing helmets. So usually this helmet that this guy is wearing, which is a hat, is not a reality, right? Like this guy would, why is that X so small? I wish it would just be the size of the window. Yeah. Okay. And let's make it red. So usually people aren't wearing helmets, right? Like helmets are actually relatively uncommon in the scooting community, especially the fact that the app scooting community, usually people will wear helmets on bikes because they'll own the bike and they'll understand the risks that come with riding bikes around town. However, when you're scooting, it's just kind of like not cool to wear a helmet. Like, and I don't mean not cool as in like you shouldn't be wearing a helmet. I mean like it's literally like people are like, oh, that's uncool, and everybody else is not wearing a helmet, and you kind of feel weird for being the peepo in a helmet. So let me kind of like run through what happened this last time that I was on a scooter, which was yesterday. So yesterday I decided I was going to go to the cafe. So yesterday I decided that I'm going to go to the cafe, and I walked to my street corner and I hop on a bird scooter, and I am wearing a helmet. So this X is not here. I am actually wearing a helmet because I was like, the last time that I was riding a scooter, I was like, oh man, I should wear a helmet. So the cafe, let's say, is roughly 2 miles away from me. So let's color this black. Let's make it big. And let's say that this is roughly 2 miles. So 2 miles, the temperature, the weather was like 90 degrees. So let's say that's 2 miles. It's like 95 degrees ish out, basically. I don't know how to do degrees, but I'll just do deg. So roughly 95 degrees, roughly have to go about 2 miles. I pick up one of the birds. I usually pick up the birds with the Pride logo on them because they feel safer than the ones that are with the black logo like this. And I know that doesn't make any sense, but in my head, I was like, oh, well, they're going to pay more attention to making sure that these ones are nicer and more well kept up. So I hop on, I get on the little bird scooter. But the problem with this bird that I'm on in particular has like this weird starting and stopping thing. So it'll go for a while and then it'll go for a while and then it'll go for a while. So I come up against a curb. And if you've ever ridden a bird, you know that birds and curbs do not mix. Birds do not like curbs. Curbs do not like birds. So I try to avoid said curb and hit the brake, but then it jams right before I hit the brake, which means that I slam on the brakes when I was trying to like kind of slow it down. So my chest, real picture, by the way. So my chest goes flying directly into the handlebars of the bird scooter. So the bird scooter slams, like the handlebars slam right into my chest and it hurts like crazy. I'm like, ow, I think I just broke my sternum. I don't know what's going on. So I decide that I'm going to just like see this one out. I decide that I want to go to this cafe and see if I'm going to have a heart attack or something along the way. So I get off the bird and I end up walking the rest of the 2 miles to the cafe. So this curb incident happened roughly about the halfway point. So not only did I get hurt on this bird, the bird refused to work like past this point. Like it was still starting and stopping. So I was like, to hell with it. And I got off and I walked the rest of the way to the cafe in the 95-degree weather, which completely defeats the purpose. And I had to pay the full amount, right? Because Bird still charges you for the full amount. I gave it 1 star, but now I have a bruised sternum and I have to wait for that to heal for a couple of weeks. And I don't think I'll ever bird again, at least not without my friends. And, you know, I'll do it with my friends because everybody else is doing it and it looks cool and fun. But, you know, I don't know if there's like a lesson here other than that I am just another person who got eaten by the bird industrial complex and Lime industrial complex, and that people get hurt on these things all the time. I've heard stories of people dying and it's just a dumb machine. And I'm glad that I got away with minimal damage. Like even if I feel now, I can feel the bruise on my chest. But you know, it's just like crazy that these things are just so popular given how dangerous they are, right? They are just objectively tools of destruction just left everywhere in cities. So that's my bird story. There is no lesson here other than just be careful around birds and, you know, think twice before you eat the curb like I did. And I guess that, you know, it could happen on any device. It could happen on a bike. It could happen on a scooter, on a skateboard. People fall off this stuff all the time. I will say I was going, like I saw, you know how they say that like your life will flash right before your eyes before you end up in an accident? That is kind of true, where I feel like I have felt time slow down. So like so right before I hit it, like I felt my time like compressing. I was like riding this scooter and I felt like as I was moving along this distance here, like I literally felt time slowing down. I felt like I saw as I was coming up to this curb, like things just got really slow around me. And the one thing that I really remember, the thing that sticks out is that I was going 11 miles per hour and I was going 11 miles per hour directly into the console right in the middle of my sternum on this bird scooter. And I caught myself with my feet too. So I actually double jammed against it. So that's really great. Just, you know, be careful out here on these bird scooters. They're not, they don't take prisoners for sure. Anyway, on to happier news.